fellas. This is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. Today we're in Daniel chapter 6. I'm going to read verses 12 through 13. Before we dive in, we got to remember that these satraps and high officials have just conspired against Daniel. They've busted him praying, and now they're about to go tattle on him. So that's where we pick up. Then they came near, that's the satraps and high officials, came near and said before the king, concerning the injunctions of the law that they've written into irrevocable law, O king, did you not sign an injunction that anyone who makes a petition to any god within 30 days except you, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? As if it's really a question. The king answered and said, the thing stands fast, according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, which cannot be revoked. So obviously the Medo-Persian Empire was one that was driven by law, which is very different from the Babylonian Empire. Then they answered and said before the king, they're kind of dropping the mic, they're telling on him, they're policing the mandate. They say, Daniel, who is one of the exiles from Judah, pays no attention to you, O king, or the injunction you have signed, but makes his petition 3 times a day. So here's what these politicians and officials have done. They have established a devious method to entrap Daniel. So they convinced King Darius to sign into law an irrevocable mandate that actually plays quite a bit to his ego. Then after it's signed, they police only one man. That, of course, is Daniel. And after they catch him and they act, then they appeal to the law, ignoring all the malicious intent behind their actions. And finally, they drop the hammer on King Darius that Daniel is the man who is the offender. But guys, this isn't some episode of Survivor where some guy is kind of just nicely voted off an island. This is actually a full-blown conspiracy against a single man planned with intent to kill him. So this is pretty insidious. It's pretty complex. Yet, I really believe this happens all the time. I think it's happening right now in our own country, whether we know it or not. And I know it's happening not because I'm a conspiracy theorist, but because I know men are sinful. And I know that they will contrive devious plans against other people out of sheer envy. Remember, Daniel's occurrence is not the only time that this actually happens in the Bible. It happened to Paul in just about every town where he preached the gospel. And of course, it happened to Jesus when men from his own race and religion conspired to kill him. Gentlemen, every godly man is going to meet with opposition in life, but at some point, the opposition is going to come in the form of a vicious conspiracy. This is a very unsettling moment for a man, especially when he knows that he has acted godly. In my lifetime, I have witnessed conspiracies against men at play in businesses, in marriages, in governments, in families, and unfortunately even in the church. But know this, godly men, they don't quit. They remain resolute, and they keep making their petition like Daniel did right here, 3 times a day. Because you see, he's not about to quit. So if you are living through a conspiracy right now, I want you to do me a favor. Don't quit. Be faithful. God might be perched to do something miraculous through you. I love you guys. If you've been blessed by this, share it with someone else you know. And with that, I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.